Welcome to the Published and Paid podcast, where we share book, business, leadership, and life lessons in 20 minutes or less to help you build a thought leadership brand and business. My name is Jasmine Womack. I'm a former middle school language arts teacher turned seven-figure entrepreneur, and I am glad that you are here. Let's get started. Welcome back to the Published and Paid podcast. And in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about visibility strategies that you must implement when you want to be published and paid. One of the things that I have discovered about those in my audience, because I coach a lot of leaders and executives who are used to running the show, who are used to doing the things, who are used to being seen and out in front in their careers. There's usually some type of apprehension when you now have to be visible about your own product, service, and whatever it is that you're selling. And so visibility is at the top of that. Like if you want to be published and paid, whether you have a book coming out, whether you know that writing a book to grow your brand and dominate stages is, part of your life's plan and goal, like you have to be visible. People have to know who you are. People have to know what you do. People have to know how you can help them solve their problems. Like if people don't know who you are, what you do, or how you can help them, then there's going to be a huge gap between what you do and your sales. And so part of you being able to actually convert and get on stages and grow your brand and grow your audience is implementing implementing strategic visibility strategies or being intentional about being visible. So how do you become visible? And how do you become visible when you are shy? Well, let's talk about it, because that's what today's episode of Published and Paid is all about. Now, one of the things that I did, especially while I was still working my 9-to-5 when I was growing my business, was I leveraged social media. Matter of fact, even now that, we built a fairly successful business, I still use social media every day. While there are brands and businesses out there that choose not to, I choose to use it. Leveraging social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, those are two of my faves just because I've been on them the longest. But now branching out into YouTube and really, really honing in on LinkedIn. These are just some of the platforms out there. They allow you to share your insights and engage with your audience. You can create posts, you can create live sessions, you can create short form content, you can host Q&As, you can share about your life to be more relatable. All of these strategies boost visibility. Now you might say, well, I post on these, but listen, are you posting consistently? Is the last time that you posted a year ago? Is the last post on your profile from 2 or 3 years ago? Because we have to have these conversations. I've literally seen people and had conversations with people that are doing phenomenal things, but you will never know about it because they don't never talk about it. Matter of fact, you never see what they're doing, what they're up to, what they're working on, because when you look on their profile, their last public post was 3 years ago. You've got to be visible. Visibility is part of the brand. It's a key to growing and elevating your brand. You've got to do it. There are just some have-tos. You've got to be visible. Now, you might say that you don't want to be on social media like that, or it's an Achilles heel. Well, listen, you're going to have to figure out what's going to work for you, and you're going to have to maximize it. So say that you prefer speaking engagements. Okay. You can hone in on those speaking engagements as a visibility strategy, because when you're speaking, it's one to many, right? I want to get people out of thinking that the only form of speaking is actually getting on somebody's in-person stage. And while you can do that, that requires you to physically be there. We learned during the pandemic that doing this alone is not a good move. because if something happens or if you get sick or anything happens, you cannot leverage that. You can't do that. Okay. So there are other forms of speaking, podcasting. Yes, starting your own podcast or guest hosting on one, or guest presenting or being interviewed on one. That's a form of speaking as well. It's interview style, but it's still a form of speaking. Okay. Either way, you're going to have to commit to getting out there. Now, one of the things I love about podcasting is that you can do it from home. Yes, there are in-person studios, but many podcasters interview from where you are because all you need is technology. Zoom, Google Meet, Riverside, or one of those other platforms that allow people to interview one another online. Listen, in the Published and Paid membership this month, we did a collaboration sprint. And the people, those who participating in it, are getting traction. I'm saying that to say that collaborating with others is also a way to get visible, because when you collaborating with others is also a way to increase your visibility. Because when you collaborate with someone else, you're able to get in front of their audience and they're also able to get in front of yours. So when you partner with someone else, it positions you to reach a broader audience without you having to necessarily do additional marketing. Plus, their endorsement can increase your visibility, especially if they already have trust or some type of buy-in with their audience or from their audience. Okay. So leveraging social media, speaking, starting a podcast or guesting on one, and collaborating with others are 4 surefire visibility strategies that you must implement when you want to be published and paid. Now, of course, there are others, such as writing guest articles or guest blogging on someone else's platform or on a large media platform. So like, yes, you can become a contributor. I have friends who are contributors for Forbes, friends who are contributors for Business Insider, friends who are contributors for Entrepreneur Magazine. When you're a contributor and you write guest articles or you write articles for other people's platforms, that expands your visibility too, because now people see your name more and they get to know more a little bit about your work and what your focus is. So in this episode, I provided 5 visibility strategies that you must implement when you want to be published and paid. Now, I'm going to say this. These are not strategies to implement like individually or in a silo. You literally can implement all of these at the same time. You absolutely can, because I can leverage social media in the morning. I can shoot a podcast episode or be featured on someone else's podcast episode in the afternoon. I can speak on someone's virtual or in-person stage on the same day. Like, all of this can be done. When you speak on someone else's stage, you're also collaborating with them. Okay, because you're getting in front of their audience. All of this can be done, and it doesn't have to be done individually, one at a time, all the time. Okay. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode of Published and Paid Podcast. I want to know which of these visibility strategies you are going to use. And I want you to come and tell us. We have a free Facebook group called Published and Paid. We might end up changing the name of it, right? But at this time, it's called Published and Paid. We're going to put the link to the Facebook group in the show notes so that you can come. And in case you're listening, you just want to go ahead and go there. You can go to it's on facebook.com/groups/published and paid free. Published with an ED at the end and paid free. We'll take you directly to the group. And I want you to let us know that you listened to this episode. And I want you to come and share with us the visibility strategies that you are committed to implementing to book on your path and journey to published and paid. All right. This is Jasmine sounding off for today. Make sure that you share this with your tribe, your community, with your friend, that you subscribe and tell someone something good or great about this podcast. Until next time, peace, love, and impact.